So you want to learn how to make 2D game assets, whether it's for your game or just thinking about starting one, but your assets look like this, or even if you don't know how to make them, then this is the course for you. In this course we learn how to make simple but gorgeous 2D game assets quickly using Photoshop and only your mouse. Each time we'll be making a different asset with different techniques and tricks to make it alive and stand out from the others. There is a lot to cover in this course, so let's get started, shall we? Alright, in this first lecture we're gonna make our first asset, which is gonna be a very simple golden coin. As you can see, this is the final result. So let's go to File, New, and let's create a new canvas, 600 by 600 and 72 in the resolution. Let's hit Create, and this is our new canvas. If your layout is different from mine, I have the color window here. You can go to Window and choose Color, and it will appear here. Also, I have the properties here for our tools that we're gonna use. Okay, so let's go to the ellipse tool, which is the round circle here, the third one. Let's choose it, and let's hit the Shift key to make a perfect circular shape. Let's hit Enter, and let's click the V key to move it in the center. Okay, this is not our color that we want, so let's go to the properties here, and as you can see, this is the fill, and the stroke is a none. As you can see here, you can choose it. Let's go to the gray color, and let's go to our colors. Let's choose a yellow color, as you can see here, maybe this one. Okay, I like this one. Let's hit OK, and this is our first layer. Let's just click here to remove it. Okay, now let's make the back of our coin. Let's hit the Alt key, and let's just move it a little bit, just like that. This is our second layer, and let's choose a different color. Let's go here to maybe a darker orange. As you can see, let's hit OK, and let's just move it down here. Okay, that's perfect. Now let's add some depth to our coin. So let's select our coin, and let's go to the effects here, and let's choose a gradient overlay. Okay, as you can see here, let's choose the blend mode to normal. Let's put the opacity to 100%, and let's click this gradient, and we're gonna use the basic right here, the second one. You can choose whatever you want. I'm gonna choose the second one. Let's hit OK, and let's choose different colors. Let's double click here, and let's choose a brighter yellow, and here let's just choose a brighter orange, maybe something like that. Okay. Let's put the opacity here to 100%. So this is our gradient from orange to yellow. Let's hit OK, and let's hit OK here. This is our gradient for our coin. As you can see, it's coming together now. Now let's make another circle. So let's choose our ellipse tool. Excuse me for a second. Let's choose the ellipse tool, and let's hold the Shift key again, and let's make another circle. Let's put it in the center here, and let's make a different color. So let's go here, for example, to a darker orange, reddish, maybe something like that. Okay, or maybe we can give it a gradient also. So let's see that. This is our gradient. Let's choose a different darker color, for example. Okay, I think that's perfect. Let's hit OK here. And let's add some more effects. Let's go, for example, to a simple inner shadow. Let's choose the blend mode to normal, and let's choose a orange darker color, like that, for example. Make sure to use the global light and put it on 90 degrees. We can also change the distance here. Okay, perfect. Let's also add some drop shadow with some yellow color, for example, like that. Okay, let's change the spread here, for example. Perfect. We can also add some outer glow with some overlay in the blend and a white color. And as you can see, all these effects added some depth to our coin. Let's see our coin without those effects. We have first our gradient, then we have our inner shadow, excuse me, the first one, then the drop shadow, then some outer glow. Okay, our coin is coming together perfectly. Let's hit OK. Let's collapse these effects. Now we can add some also some little brightness here. So let's choose our circle, the yellow one, and let's hit the Alt key and move it a little bit here. And let's put it under our original circle. Let's disable the effects like that, and let's choose the fill to a brighter yellow, just like that. Let's hit OK, and we can move it with the move tool, also with the arrow keys, as you can see here. Okay, now let's add some shape in the middle of our coin. Our coin now is perfect, but we can add the shape, maybe a star or a skull or a dollar symbol, which is what we're going to do now. So let's choose the text tool. Let's hit here, and let's select it all, and let's put the dollar key, and you can choose any font you want. I will be choosing this font. Make sure to choose the smooth effect here. You can put it at 72 like me, and let's hit OK. Now let's click the Ctrl T, and let's make it bigger. Let's put it here in the center. Okay, and let's make another one. Let's click Ctrl G, and let's put it underneath it, and we can change its color to some yellow, and let's move it with the move tool with the arrow keys on the right, just like that, to make some 3D look. Okay, let's add some effects to our text. So let's go to the effects here, and let's add some inner shadow. We can choose this darker orange, as you can see. Let's hit OK. And also let's add some outer glow with the overlay, as you can see here. Okay, we can also change the color of our dollar. So let's choose the first one and let's go to the color. We can make it a brighter one, just like that, for example. So you can see the shadow, inner shadow effect, as you can see. All right, now our coin is coming together. We can close these properties. Let's collapse this effect. And now let's select the middle circle here and the last one, which is the back of our coin. And let's click, hold the Alt key and move it here a little bit to the right. And let's click the right mouse and let's choose merge shapes and let's put it underneath all the layers. Okay, now let's open the properties window again and let's fill it with a darker orange grayish color, and let's collapse and let's disable the effects. Now we can put it behind it and let's make it a little bit bigger by clicking Ctrl T and make it a little bit bigger. Hit enter. Let's close the properties. Okay, let's select them all by clicking the first one and hold the shift key and select the last one, and with the move tool let's put them all in the center, just like that. And now let's just click our background and let's move it with the arrow keys, just like that, as you can see. Okay, we can make some small change. Let's go here to the the ellipse tool and let's double click on the effects. Our inner shadow here is a little bit darker. We can make it brighter just by putting it like that. Okay. You can make it the opacity a little bit, just like that. Okay. We have also our drop shadow, and all right. Let's select those three and let's put it on the center. Okay, let's select our text again and move it a little bit with the arrow keys. Okay, that's perfect. Now let's merge them all together. Let's select them all and click merge layer. Alright, this is our coin. And one final touch. Let's make another layer. Let's choose the brush tool and let's choose the general and let's choose the soft brush. As you can see, let's put it for example to 400 and let's choose a brighter yellow and let's make just one click and we can put it to overlay, as you can see here. And now there is a very small problem. If we select our background, let's put a gray color and let's go to the fill tool, paint bucket, and if we paint it, let's make it a brighter color. There is some small glowing here which is gonna affect our game in the future. So let's just click our layer, hold the Alt key, and as you can see there is a small arrow and let's just click it. And that will make it a mask to our coin, so nothing will go outside it. And there you go, this is our coin. Congratulations on making your first very simple but very looking asset. You can now disable the background and you can merge them together, as you can see here. And you can go to File, Save As, and you can choose PNG, give it a name and save it. Click Save. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next lecture. In this lecture, we're gonna make a health potion, very simple asset. So let's go to File, New, and let's choose a 600 by 600 canvas, and let's hit Create. Okay, let's choose a dark gray, and let's choose the Paint Bucket tool, which is the second one, and let's paint our canvas. Alright, now let's choose the white color, and let's choose our ellipse tool, as always. Hold the Shift key, and let's make a rounded circle. Alright, let's choose the V key to move our circle. Now let's move and change it to a rectangle tool. Let's first click here to make to choose the rectangle tool, and let's make our rectangle. Let's choose the V key to move it. Okay, let's move it a little bit down with the move tool. We can also resize it a little bit by clicking Ctrl T. Okay, now let's choose the ellipse tool. Make sure to click here and choose the ellipse tool. And now we're not gonna hold the Shift key. We're gonna make another circle. Hold the V key and make sure it's all are in the middle. Now let's let's hold the Alt key and let's move it a little bit to the top. Okay, let's make a new layer and let's choose the rectangular marquee tool and let's make a selection. Okay, let's choose the Paint Bucket tool and paint it with the color white. Click Ctrl D to deselect it. And as you can see, it's not perfect on the sides. So let's click Ctrl T. Let's hold the Shift key and let's make it just like that. Now let's choose the ellipse tool again. Let's hold the Shift key and let's make a perfect circle. Let's choose the V key to put it in the middle. Now let's go to the effects and let's choose the gradient overlay and let's change the colors. Alright, let's go with the color red. Let's go with a darker color. And let's make another one here. Here let's choose a brighter color. And let's put it here on almost 90 degrees. Okay, let's go back. And let's choose maybe a orange color here on the down, as you can see. Okay. Alright, let's hit OK. And now with the V key, let's move it on the middle. Just make sure to select the first ellipse tool and put it here in the middle. All right, perfect. Make sure to select it and let's hold Ctrl T to make it bigger. And put it in the middle. Okay, perfect. Now let's select our circle and let's go to the pen tool and let's make a point here and a point here. Okay. Now make sure to choose the second one, the direct selection tool, and let's make a simple selection just like that, and let's hit the delete key. As you can see here. Okay. And now let's choose the ellipse tool again and let's make another circle without holding the shift key. And let's add also the gradient to her. Let's hit OK and let's move it with the V key. As you can see, it's not perfect on the right, so let's click Ctrl T and make it perfect by holding the shift key. Okay, it's not perfect also. So let's zoom in a little bit by clicking the Z key and let's zoom in a little bit. Let's select it and click Ctrl T. Click the Z again and let's make sure to go out the zoom. Okay. Now we can, let's select it and let's choose the direct selection tool again and let's choose this point. And there is, as you can see here, there is the left option and the right option. Let's just move it just like that. Click yes, and as you can see here, we made this shape. You can make any other shape you want. I like this one. And let's change the gradient for our for this circle. So let's click the gradient overlay again here. Double click it. And I don't like this orange color, so let's delete it. Let's select it again here. Hit OK. Let's select this one again. Click OK. Perfect. This is the shape of our liquid in our potion. Now let's select the top of the potion. So these are the layers. These three ones. Alright, let's select them. And let's hold the Alt key. And let's move it a little bit to the top. Okay, now let's open the properties and let's choose a brownish color. Maybe something like that. Okay, now let's copy this code, click Ctrl C, hit OK, and let's choose the middle one, which is not a shape like the other ones. So let's choose it and go to the colors here, and let's put this number, click OK, and let's choose the paint bucket tool and let's paint it. All right, now let's select them, the three again. Let's click Ctrl T. Let's make it a little bit smaller, make it here in the middle, and right click, let's click perspective here, and let's choose the right bottom corner, and let's just make it smaller and click OK. Alright, this is the shape. Let's click Ctrl T again. I don't like the height of it. Let's make it a little bit taller. Alright, click the V key and let's move it a little bit to the top. Perfect. Alright, let's choose the middle one and the last one. Okay, and let's hold the Alt key and let's hold it a little bit down. Alright, and let's make it behind this top shape of our bottle. So let's find this one. Where is he? Ellipse to copy. Okay, so let's put it there behind it. And let's put the middle one behind them all. Alright, now let's select them both again and let's move it a little bit down with the V key. Okay, let's click Ctrl T and make it a little bit smaller. Make it in the middle. And let's again click the perspective and make it a little bit smaller. Click OK. Okay, now let's choose the bottom one and right click. Let's choose a rasterize layer, so it can be a normal layer like the middle one. And let's select them both by clicking the Ctrl key and let's merge them together. Now let's decrease the opacity. Okay, now our potion is pretty much done. Let's add some details. So let's choose our top circle. So let's choose our top shape here and let's hold the Alt key and let's make a copy of it. Okay, and let's make sure it's underneath it, and let's paint it with the brighter red color and with the paint bucket tool, and let's erase it. Okay, and of course let's disable the effects. Okay, let's choose the V key and let's move it a little bit to the top. Alright, let's click Ctrl T and make sure it's perfect on the right. And now let's choose the eraser tool and let's choose the basic soft round brush and let's just delete some of it, as you can see, just like that. Alright, Let's choose the bottom layer here, which is the ellipse 2, and let's hold the Alt key and move it a little bit down, as you can see here. And let's change its color to maybe black, and let's click OK. Now let's click the Control T, and let's make it smaller, just like that. Click OK, and let's make sure it's underneath it. Now let's choose the V key and let's move it a little bit to the down, and let's go to the opacity and decrease it. All right. Now let's choose the ellipse 2 again and the middle layer, and let's merge them together, and let's choose a reddish color, and let's go here to the gradient tool, and let's click Control, hold the Control key to make a selection, and let's just make a simple gradient just like that. Click Control D to deselect it, and as you can see, our portion is coming together. Now let's add some details on the top here. Let's collapse the properties, and let's find them, which is these 3 ones. Okay. Let's merge the middle one and the bottom one together, as you can see here, and let's give them some gradient overlay. Let's click here. Let's choose this brownish color. All right, and here also. Click OK, and let's go here to the style, and let's choose the reflected one, and let's make sure it's on the right angle. Let's go again and choose a darker color. Okay, that's perfect. Now let's choose the top one also, and let's give it a gradient. But in this time we're gonna make the angle. Let's change the colors. Okay. Perfect. Let's click OK. We can now merge all the layers together. So let's choose the first one, and let's hold the Shift key and right click and click Merge Layers. Okay. Now let's make another layer. Let's select the brush tool, and let's select the soft rounded brush with the white color, and let's make a very small reflection, just like that. You can choose it to normal, screen overlay, as you like. I will be just choosing normal, and I'm gonna decrease the opacity, just like that, to make a smaller. Now let's add some outer glow to our potion. So let's go to the effects and click outer glow. Choose the normal, and let's choose the white color. Alright, you can change the spread and the size as you like. Click them together and merge them. And we're done. This is our potion, a very simple one. Let's go to File and click Save As. Choose a name, choose PNG, and save it. Thanks for watching this lecture, and I will see you in the next one. In this lecture, we're going to make a wooden box. So let's go to File and let's make a new canvas. As always, hit Create, and let's go to the rectangular tool, hold the Shift key, and let's make a perfect box. Okay, and make sure to go to Fill, and let's choose a maybe a dark brown color, or maybe a lighter one. Okay, let's hit OK, and let's go here and choose none. All right, now this is the box. Let's choose the V key to move it. Now let's go to the layer here, and let's add a new layer, and let's go to the rectangular tool. Let's make a selection just like that, and let's go to completely black color, and let's choose the gradient tool, and let's make a small gradient. And of course, make sure to hold the Alt key and make this layer a mask for our box so it doesn't go outside it. Click Ctrl D to deselect it, and now let's choose the V key so we can move it. Hold the Alt key and let's move it a little bit to the down, and making a copy of it at the same time, as you can see here. Now let's choose the second one, and let's click Ctrl T, right click with your mouse and click flip vertically. Click OK, and this is the second shadow for this box. We can move it with the arrow keys, so it will be imperfect. Now let's make another copy of it. Let's hold the Alt key, and now let's click the Ctrl T and rotate it to 90 degrees. Alright, and let's move it here. Now make sure to hold the Shift key so we can decrease it, just like that. Alright, click OK, and this is the right shadow for our box. Now again, let's hold the Alt key and move it a little bit to the left. Click Ctrl T and right click and flip horizontal. Alright, okay, next let's choose the layer 1 copy, and let's make a copy of it. Hold the Alt key and let's move it a little bit to the top. Let's click Ctrl T, the same process, hold the Shift key, and let's make sure it's perfect here on the sides. Alright, we can move it a little bit to the top or with the arrow keys as you like. Hold the Alt again and make a copy of it while moving it to the top, and again let's make another one here. Okay, and as you can see, there is a small mistakes on the right side, so we can just adjust them by moving them with the arrow keys while using the move tool. Let's zoom in a little bit. Click the Z key in your keyboard. Choose the zoom one and let's zoom in a little bit. Choose the V key and let's choose this one. Click Ctrl T, hold the Shift key and let's make it a little bit there. Let's zoom out. Okay. Let's collapse these properties. Let's merge them all together by holding the Shift key and let's click Merge. Now let's go to the color balance here, effect. We can adjust the colors as you want. We can also add some hue and saturation. Let's collapse the properties. Let's merge them all together. Now let's add some cracks to our box. So let's make a new copy of this box. Make sure to put it underneath it. Let's disable it for the moment and let's focus for the original box. Let's choose the polygon lasso tool, the second one. And let's make some selections, just like that. And click the delete key. Click Ctrl D to deselect it. Alright. Same process. Now let's enable the copy underneath it and let's go to the effects here, give it a color overlay and let's go to the color here, choose our main color and let's choose a darker one, just like that. Click OK and now let's zoom in a little bit by clicking the zoom key. And make sure to select the copy and let's choose the lasso tool again and let's delete some of this cracks, just like that, not all of it. And as you can see, it's added some 3D look to the box. Click Ctrl D to deselect it. Let's zoom out a little bit. And as you can see, it added so much character to the box. Now we can merge them together. Click Merge Layers. And let's click the Ctrl key to select it. Let's choose a dark color here. And with the gradient tool, let's make a shadow here, maybe also in the bottom. And let's choose a brighter color. Let's add some highlight to the box. Okay, click Ctrl D to deselect it. And as always, we can make another copy of it. Go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur, give it some blur, and go to Image, Adjustment, Brightness. Give it some brightness and contrast. Click OK. And let's decrease it a little bit, as you can see here. And this is the box. Let's merge them together. Let's also click the background, choose the V key and let's put it on the middle. Let's disable the background And there you go, this is the box. As always, go to File, Save As, choose the name and make sure to put it as PNG. Click Save and your asset is ready to put it in your game. In this lecture, we're going to make a forest tree. So let's go to File, New, and let's choose, as always, 600 by 600, and let's hit Create. Alright, let's go to the rectangle tool here, and let's hold the Shift key, and let's make a rectangle, just like that. And let's choose a better color. Maybe something like this. Alright. Now let's click Ctrl T and rotate it on 45 degrees. Just like that. Hit enter. And now let's right click on our mouse and choose rasterize layer. Now let's go to the rectangular marquee tool and let's make a selection just like that, and let's hit delete. Click Ctrl D to deselect it, and let's click Ctrl T now to make some adjustment. Let's hold the Shift key and let's make it a little bit taller. Let's release the Shift key and make it a little bit smaller, something like this, maybe a little bit smaller. Now let's click the right button and let's choose the warp tool, and let's go here to the warp and let's select the arc lower. Okay, and now let's move it a little bit here, just like that. Alright, and let's click OK. Now this is the first layer. Let's choose the V key, which is the move tool, and let's hold the Alt key and let's move it a little bit to the top, and let's make it a little bit smaller by clicking Ctrl T and make it smaller. Let's put it in the middle. Okay, and let's repeat the same process again. Click Ctrl T and make it smaller. And again. Okay. Now let's choose the second one, which is here. Let's hold the Control key and let's click it so we can make a selection. Now let's choose a darker color, maybe something like that, and let's choose the gradient tool and let's make a gradient just like this. Alright, let's click Ctrl D to deselect it, and let's move to the next one. Hold Ctrl and let's make another gradient. Ctrl D, move to the next one and repeat the same process and click Ctrl D. Alright, now let's merge them all together. Click merge and let's choose a darker color, maybe something like this. Click Ctrl and let's make a simple shadow like that. Okay, and let's go here and make some highlights on the other side. Okay, click Ctrl D to deselect it. Now let's make a new layer and let's choose the rectangular marquee tool and let's make a rectangle just like that. And let's choose a brownish dark color. And let's choose here the paint bucket tool and paint it. Click Ctrl D to deselect it and let's move it with the move tool. Let's click them all together and let's put it in the middle. Alright, now let's move it down here to be underneath it. Okay, we can make it a little bit smaller by clicking Ctrl T. All right, we can move it a little bit to the top. Okay, let's choose the layer and let's make a clipping mask. And with the black color, let's choose the gradient tool here and let's make a small gradient just like that. Okay, now let's choose our tree and let's choose the eraser tool and let's remove some here, some of the tree here below. Okay, and let's go back here with the gradient tool and let's delete more of it. All right, we can now choose the layer again and let's choose this color by clicking the eyedropper tool and let's choose a darker one and let's select it by holding the Control key. And with the gradient, we're gonna make a small gradient from here and a little bit of highlight from here. Okay, click Ctrl D to deselect it. Now let's add some fruits to our tree. So let's go here and add another layer. Let's choose the ellipse tool and let's hold the shift key and make a small circle. And let's choose a reddish color, maybe something like this. All right. And let's close the properties and let's add some outer glow. Let's choose maybe an orange color. And let's add also some drop shadow. Make sure to change the angle, the distance as you like. And let's click, let's maybe the opacity a little bit and click OK. All right, now this is our first fruit. Let's collapse it and let's hold the Alt key and let's make another copy of it in very different positions as you like. Also, you can change the size by clicking Ctrl T and maybe you can make it a little bit smaller. Click OK and let's put many copies of it. Excuse me. All right, you can add a big one maybe here. You can also add some of them behind the tree, something maybe like this. Let's move it a little bit like that and let's move this layer behind our tree. And as you can see, it's a 3D look now. We can make another one, maybe something like this. All right. Now the tree is pretty much done, so let's select them all by holding the Shift key. And let's merge it all together. Now one final touch is we're gonna copy this layer by clicking Ctrl G. And let's go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur, and let's make a small blur as you can see here. Click OK. Next, go to Image, Adjustment, Brightness, and let's add some brightness and contrast, as you can see here, and click OK. Now let's decrease the opacity, and as you can see, if we disable the layer and enable it again, it's like a glowing effect for our tree. If you want to add it to your game, it's like the post-processing in the Unity game engine, if you're familiar with that. Now we can merge them together by clicking Control and click Merge Layers. We can also add some small detail to the bottom of our tree. Just choose the lasso tool, which is the polygon, the second one, and we can make some small cracks here, and click delete. Click Ctrl D to deselect it. As you can see here, just very small cracks, don't go so crazy with it, as you can see here. Alright, let's click it by clicking the Control key, and let's make maybe a darker orange, and let's choose the gradient tool, and let's make a small gradient just like that. Click Ctrl D to deselect it, and there you go. This is the final look for the tree. I hope you liked it. You can now disable the background and go to File, Save As, and choose any name, and choose of course PNG, and click Save. Thanks for watching this lecture, and I will see you in the next one. In this lecture, we're going to make a small bush. So let's go to File, and let's make a new canvas, 600 by 600 as always, and let's hit Create. So first thing, we're going to choose the rounded rectangle tool, and make sure the fill is on color and the stroke is not. Alright, and let's choose, for example, like we did before, yellow greenish color, and let's hit OK. Alright, and let's make this shape. Alright, let's move it in the middle like that. Maybe we want it a little bit darker. Yes, okay. Now let's go to the rounded rectangle tool again, and let's disable the fill, and let's choose a darker color, maybe something like this, and let's make this shape, and let's decrease the amount of it, maybe to a like a 9. Alright, let's put it in the middle, and let's put it behind our tree, just like that. We can move it a little bit to the top. Now let's duplicate it by holding the Alt key and move it a little bit down, and let's click Ctrl T, and let's hold the Shift key and make it just like that. Let's put it in the middle. Okay, and let's move it a little bit to the top. Alright, we can move it a little bit to the top with the Move tool. Make sure to select it. Okay, now let's right click with our mouse, and let's rasterize the layer, and let's choose the rectangular marquee tool, and let's make a selection, and let's hit delete to delete this corner. Click Ctrl D to deselect it, and let's make a new layer, and let's make a rectangular shape with this color by holding the I on your keyboard to choose the eyedropper tool, and let's go to the fill tool, the paint bucket tool, and let's paint it. We can add some details to the bush here in the top. We can choose that darker color, and let's hold the Control key, and let's choose the gradient tool. But before that, we have to rasterize the layer by clicking the right click with our mouse, and let's make this shadow on the left and on the bottom, and let's choose a brighter color to make this like a sun shaft on our bush. Alright, click Ctrl D to deselect it. Now let's make a new layer, and let's choose the brush tool, and let's choose the hard rounded basic brush with maybe at 7, and let's choose a warm reddish color, just like we choose in the tree lecture. And let's make some fruits. We can also decrease the size a little bit. Okay. Now let's add some outer glow to these fruits. Let's choose a maybe a dark red color. Okay. Choose your opacity as always, and let's add some drop shadow, and let's make the angle to the right top corner, so like the sun is coming from this corner and hitting our bush. Okay, let's click OK. And now let's merge these layers together without the fruits. Click the merge, and let's add a hue and saturation. You can make some adjustments to the color of this bush as you like. You can go to the right here and make maybe a frozen tree, as you can see here. So many options as you want. Maybe a yellow one, maybe a sorcerer tree, I don't know. You can choose whatever you want. I'm gonna go with the yellow color here. You can add also some saturation if you want. Okay, perfect. And make sure it's underneath our fruit layer. Let's collapse this properties section here, and let's merge them all together. Click merge layers, and as always you can make some glowing effect by clicking Ctrl G to make a copy, and go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, click OK, and go to image adjustment brightness, click OK, and you can decrease the opacity. This is before and this is after. Just an option. If you don't want it, you don't want it. Alright, let's merge them together, and let's disable this background, and let's click them together actually, and choose the V key to put it in the middle, just like that. Alright, and as always go to File, Save As, choose a name, make sure to use the PNG type, click Save, and there you go. This is our bush, a very simple asset. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Congratulations on finishing the course. I hope you enjoyed it and learned a lot from these assets. Now the best way to improve your skills is by keep practicing each day on making all these assets again and again by yourself without watching me, so you can remember and understand each step correctly and perfectly. As you can see, we've created all these assets. Each asset have different techniques, but they all share the same approach, which is making a simple shape with any tool you want, added some good combined colors that looks good together, and added some effects and small details at the end so we can bring our asset to life. Now I want you to make all these assets again, but with different colors. For example, this potion, it's with the red color, it means a health potion. You can make the same potion but with a different color, maybe like a blue color or maybe a purple, I don't know, as you want. Maybe a green, as you like. Make it a magical potion. Also the box, you can change it to maybe a golden box or treasure box, as you like. Also the tree, you can the trees, you can change them to the blue color. Maybe it's in the winter, a frozen trees, as you like. Also, you can add some details to the other assets. For example, this coin, you can add to it some small cracks like that. Also, you can add some cracks to the top of our potion here, as you want. And this is a small example that I made another coin just with the same steps, a circle inside a circle. I put my name here. I added some cracks here as you saw, and some effect here as we did here in our coin, and a different gradient color here, as you can see. And remember, it's all about simple shapes, good colors, and small details. Once you understand this, you can make any asset you want. Thanks so much for taking this course and giving me some of your time. I hope I helped you enough. And now I wish you the best of luck with your journey.